Maido. Hi there, Japan fans. Today's show, we are going to talk about video. Present or master shimashou. This is the fourth year of the Presentations Japan series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku here in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan and best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. My new book, Japan Presentations Mastery, will be released shortly. Through this podcast, I want to help you become a better speaker who is clear, confident, persuasive, and highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentations Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. Every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. This is episode number 241, and we are talking about presenting on video. Video is tricky. However, it looks so simple. You just stand in front of the camera, give your talk. I don't know why video saps 20% of our energy when it is actually broadcast, but that seems to be the accepted wisdom. That means that just speaking normally into camera will now look a lot less energetic. Getting the delivery to be fluent is also a challenge. Either we do it freestyle or we use a teleprompter. Both have their challenges. What do we do with our hands? This is an interesting one because the camera lens seems to have some magic power to reduce our gesture self-awareness to zero until, that is, when we see it played back in all its gory glory. I broadcast 3 TV shows on YouTube every week, so I'm doing a lot of video work. My first weekly TV show was kicked off nearly 4 years ago. And so, I've gained a few insights over that time. I am not from the media world, nor have any background in television. I am a typical businessman who got into this by accident. And so it is all pretty much self-taught through exposure, practice, and repetition. Yes, I have the advantage of being a high-impact presentations instructor for Dale Carnegie, but presenting to a live audience and doing it on video is totally different. Everyone has discovered this fact since we all moved home to spend a lot of our time in Zoom meetings or their equivalent. I also teach people how to present to the camera, and I've noticed a few things. Invariably, their energy is too low. They are transferring their usual speaking volume to this medium, and it doesn't work. They appear lifeless and boring. No problem. Speak louder, right? That is what I thought too, but I noticed a lot of people find that daunting. For them, speaking with 50% more energy feels like they are screaming. Remember, we are subtracting 20% immediately to counter the camera lens energy deficit. But on top of that, they need to bring even more energy to the talk. If I ask for 50% more energy, invariably I will get about a 10% increase. This is why having an instructor or coach is handy, because you can't easily work this out by yourself. Gestures seem to be another area of mystery. What do I do with my hands? The most common choice is to do nothing with them. This is a big missed opportunity to bring physical power to support your verbal message. I've found there is a 15-second window to hold the same gesture. More than that, and it becomes weaker and weaker and more annoying. The gestures need to be coordinated with what we are saying so that they are congruent. If what we are saying and the way we are saying it don't align properly, then our audience gets distracted. Once upon a time, the distracted audience would be focusing on our voice or our apparel. Now it is on their phone. For half-body video composition, we need the gestures to be held between rib height and the head height so that they can be easily seen. For some curious reason, a lot of people hold their gestures at low waist level. And apart from being difficult to see, this bit usually gets cut off in the editing process. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Today's show is being brought to you by, on June 11, we will be doing performance evaluation. On the 15th, we'll be doing managing stress. On June 16th, we're doing session 1 of a 5-session series on virtual selling. On June 18th, we'll be doing evaluation systems and coaching. You can find out more about those programs on our website at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com, and you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. If you like learning by watching videos, we have over 1,000 for you there on Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, which is the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. Don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. What we are doing with our face is also important. Having one facial expression may be very energy efficient, but it looks wooden on video. Our face should be showing what we are talking about. If results are good, then look happy. If they are bad, then look concerned. If you ask a rhetorical question, then look puzzled. I think you get the idea. One thing the camera doesn't like is when we drop our chin down while we are talking. It looks like we are talking down to our audience. We also look very constrained. So we need to keep that chin up the whole time. Try it for yourself. And you'll be amazed at the difference it makes to how we come across to our audience. If we are speaking off the top of our head, then we had better be pretty good, or the video will be butchered in the editing process as we have to stitch all those corrected mistakes together. It becomes very jerky in the final version, which is super distracting from our message. Zooming in and zooming out at these edits make it appear less choppy, but you still don't want too many of these to have to contend with. Teleprompters can fix this, and a bit of adjusting for font size and speed is needed to find the right balance. The secret here is to only look at the left side of the screen as the words roll up. Otherwise, you will find yourself reading from left to right, and on screen you will look like you are reading it. This rather defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Have a look at my shows on YouTube and see if you can tell if I am reading it off the teleprompter. Remember, our peripheral eyesight is good enough to focus on the left side and still read the words which are on that same line off to the right. Video is a different game, and we need to make this medium a winner for us. Try these hints for yourself, and your image and impact will be much improved. Thank you for joining the Presentations Japan series. If you got value from today's show, spread the love around and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you have learned today, use it, and go out there and become a presentations legend. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.